Storm the president's barrage, tweeting this morning claiming President Obama had his wires tapped in Trump Tower before his victory. He calls it McCarthyism.
A spokesman for President Obama firing back, saying neither the former president nor the Obama White House ordered or interfered with any such surveillance.
Because the president cited no proof, it is not clear tonight whether he based his allegations on a top-secret White House briefing or whether it came from reading an article on the conservative Breitbart website posted Friday that detailed speculation from a conspiracy-loving talk show host, Mark Levin.
The President of the United States is accusing the former president of wiretapping him.
I think that this is, again, something that if this happened, Martha,
If
James Comey is firing back against the president's claims and asking the Justice Department to set the record straight.
Sources tell me that Comey believes that what President Trump tweeted was misleading and inaccurate, and all but suggested that the Bureau acted improperly.
Does President Trump accept the FBI director's denial?
You know, I don't think he does, George.
I think that there's no question that something happened. The question is it surveillance? Is it a wiretap or whatever? But there's been enough reporting that strongly suggests that something occurred.
President Obama, could he have single-handedly ordered a wiretap on then candidate Trump?
Single-handedly? No.
It's been a full 3 days since the president said that President Obama had his wires tapped, his phones tapped at Trump Tower. In those 3 days, has the White House come up with any evidence whatsoever to prove that allegation?
We put out a statement on Sunday saying that we would have no further comment, and we were asking the House and the Senate Intelligence Committees to look into this.
The House Intelligence Committee has given the Justice Department an ultimatum: turn over all evidence, if any exists, that President Obama had Trump Tower wiretapped.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Press. Thank you. You guys, please. Thank you, Press.
Mr. President, any proof at all on the
Thank you. Thank you, Press.
You can surveil someone through their phones, through their, certainly through their television sets, any number of different ways, and microwaves that turn into cameras, etc.
When I say wiretap, those words were in quotes. That really covers, because wiretapping is pretty old-fashioned stuff, but that really covers surveillance and many other things. I think you're going to find some very interesting items coming to the forefront over the next 2 weeks.
Breaking news, no proof, and still the White House fires back after Senate leaders reveal they have found no indication, no evidence of President Trump's claim that President Obama wiretapped him.
Are you saying that the president still stands by his allegation that President Obama ordered wiretapping or surveillance of Trump Tower, despite the fact that the Senate Intelligence Committee says they see no indication that it happened? Does the president still stand by the allegation?
He stands by it, but again, you're mischaracterizing what happened today.
Do you think he's still going to be vindicated? Do you think he's still going to be vindicated?
As far as wiretapping, I guess, by this past administration, at least we have something in common, perhaps.
Now to a defiant President Trump, who is holding firm to the allegations of wiretapping, despite congressional leaders on both sides of the aisle saying they still haven't seen any proof. ABC's David Wright is in West Palm Beach this morning, where the president is spending the weekend following his meeting with Germany's chancellor. Good morning, David.
Good morning, Paula. Even with leaders on both sides of the aisle refusing to back him up, President Trump is not backing down on his claims that President Obama bugged the phones at Trump Tower, even if that means embarrassing some of America's allies. Standing alongside German Chancellor Angela Merkel, President Trump joked about how the Obama administration eavesdropped on her.
At least we have something in common.
Check out that look on her face. Quite possibly the most awkward moment in U.S.-German relations since President Bush gave Merkel a back rub at the 2006 G8 summit. Trump went on to cite Fox News as one of the sources of his claim and direct any questions to them.
All we did was quote a certain very talented legal mind who was the one responsible for saying that on television. I didn't make an opinion on it. So you shouldn't be talking to me. You should be talking to Fox.
President Obama went outside the chain of command. He didn't use the NSA. He didn't use the CIA. He didn't use the FBI. And he didn't use the Department of Justice. He used GCHQ.
GCHQ is the British equivalent of the NSA. The British government expressed outrage at that claim, calling it utterly ridiculous. Fox News is now trying to distance itself.
The Fox News division was never able to back up those claims.
Fox News cannot confirm Judge Napolitano's commentary. Fox News knows of no evidence of any kind that the now President of the United States was surveilled at any time in any way. Full stop.
On Friday, the Justice Department delivered classified materials to lawmakers on Capitol Hill, and sources tell ABC News they saw no reason to change their minds, even now that the Justice Department has fully complied with congressional requests to hand over all evidence, apparently no proof to corroborate the president's claim. Not that that seems to bother the White House. The press secretary told reporters, "I don't think we regret anything." On Monday, FBI Director James Comey is going to be on Capitol Hill, expected to testify about Russian meddling and also presumably those wiretapping allegations. Here in Florida this weekend, Vice President Mike Pence is out selling the health care plan.
And speaking of the health care bill, some call it Trump care. Where do things stand, David?
Well, they're talking about making some concessions to satisfy conservatives. About 80% of the Freedom Caucus, the Tea Party folks, oppose this bill. Among the concessions they're making, imposing work requirements on some Medicaid patients. But it's tricky because any concessions they make to satisfy conservatives could alienate moderates, and they also need those votes. Paula?
Right.
Businessman getting a real lesson in American politics.